Hola mis amores, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a get ready with me. It's been a while since I've been on YouTube, so we're just gonna chit chat while I do my makeup. The look that I decided to go for today is the look that I go to on a regular basis. Like, so for example, if I'm going out with my friends, I would do this look. If I was going to a job interview, I would do this look. It's literally the most minimal thing ever for me because after I stopped doing YouTube, I completely stopped doing my makeup completely. I would still watch YouTube videos. I would still learn. I was still interested in the whole artistic aspect of it, and I would do it on my own time, but I would never do it to go out. It was just like, I'm gonna just stop wearing makeup. I practice it all the time. I've been doing my makeup since, I want to say since I was like 12 or 13. I remember getting ready for school in high school at like 6 o'clock in the morning. My mom would always be like, why do you feel the need to be up this early to do a wing liner? And I would always be like, because that's me. But if you knew me in college, you barely ever saw me with mascara. Like, and the only times you ever see me like dolled up was when I was going out. After sophomore year, after I stopped doing my YouTube videos. And that's very much so now. My sister is always like, why is it that you just never wear makeup anymore? And I'm just like, I don't feel the need to. Like, I don't like that it feels like a necessity. You know what I mean? I like to do it for fun. I like to do it for some form of creativity. And it's just my passion has always been something that I've enjoyed. It makes me feel calm. So I've always loved and appreciated the people in my life who continue to still ask, like, for makeup tips and things like that. And are always like, Julie, when are you going to bring back your YouTube videos? And so shout out to you folks in my life who've always been like, bring Julie's vanity back. It's about time. So this is for you guys. Thank you so much. I could literally ramble all day long, but we're just gonna go ahead and get started. So the very first product I'm gonna be going in with is my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. I've always like switched in and out from brow pencils, and I've always wanted to try the cheaper alternatives than higher brands because I'm gonna be playing with makeup, but I do not want to be spending like a shit ton of money on things that I'm not gonna be using, you know. So what I like and appreciate about this brow pencil is that it makes my eyebrows look a lot more natural when I do them. So the brow pencil that I've actually been using for a while now that is on the more cheaper side, which is why I kept going back to it, is the NYX Fill and Fluff Brow Pencil. I say it's the exact same pencil as the Brow Definer by Anastasia Beverly Hills. It has that triangular shape, and I really like it because it gives nice defined brown, and I feel like it's very easy to apply with this product. And I also really appreciate the brush. It's not a spoolie. It's like one of those face brushes that came out not too long ago that were like flat and like had, I don't know if you can see, but it had this like brush here, and I quite frankly like it. When I first saw it, I was like, I will never use that. But I actually like the way it like brushes my brows. It's very different, and when I had brow gel on there, I feel like it brushes my brows actually pretty nicely. So I would definitely settle for the NYX Fill and Fluff just because it's a great dupe, and I think I only paid like $8 for this at Ulta, and I've bought like 3 of them so far. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows just because it's hard to talk while filling in my eyebrows. I feel like I'll take forever if I sit here and try to have a conversation with you guys while doing my eyebrows. So just give me 1 second. If you guys want an in-depth tutorial on how I do my eyebrows, I would be more than happy to film that. Just let me know. So after I fill in my eyebrows, I like to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Concealer in 2.0. I like to use a concealer not too light, mostly closely to my foundation. That way we don't see the harsh, you know, concealer around the eyebrows and it looks too much. That way it blends in nicely with my foundation when I put it on afterwards, and I don't look like a hot mess. And then lastly, I like to go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Gel. This is just a sample one that I recently got. So next I'm going to go in and prime my eyes. I do like to do my eyes and my brows before I do my entire face. You honestly don't have to do this, but I always like to prime my eyes. I feel like it gives it a nice base. So I like to go in with the same concealer that I used for my eyebrows, just to give it a, you know, unified look, I guess. I like to go in with a sponge and just dab that in. After it's blended, you have to go ahead and set that, because whenever you apply a cream on your face, you always want to apply some kind of powder over it. That way it does not crease. Your eye is always a staple when it comes to makeup. You do want to set it just in case. And also it helps blend your eyeshadows so smoothly. Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna go in with the Makeup Revolution setting powder, setting translucent powder, and I'm gonna be using my Morphe M438 brush. I don't really like about this product is the packaging. I don't know if you noticed, but I feel like I'm dropping powder as I'm like moving this around. But because of the way it opens, I think, ooh, see, look, the powder's already like dying to come out of here. But because I feel like this opening back here isn't the most secure, like for example with my Laura Mercier one, I can just twist on the cap completely and I would shake it and have no issue. But with this one, for example, you can see the powder trying to come out from the top, and that's so annoying to me, especially when I'm traveling, and because all the powder is all in the bag, and I hate that. I hate that. I'm big on packaging, and this is just not it. So I'm actually very excited to be back on YouTube. It's definitely something that I've been putting off for a while, just because I didn't want to come back to YouTube if I was not 100% ready to commit to this responsibility, because of the fact that I feel like I didn't take into consideration how strenuous it was going to be trying to balance college, being an undergrad, the extracurriculars I was doing, and then also YouTube. YouTube is like a full-time job, and it takes a lot of time and preparation, and it just takes a lot of time. It is very tedious to film YouTube videos, and I didn't take that into consideration when I started them back then. And so when I stopped, I was like, I'm not gonna return until I was 1000% ready to commit to it. And so it's 2021, it's a new year, it's January. I am hopeful. I'm trying to think a lot more positively in 2021. I think that was one thing that I worked on in 2020, and I think it worked for me, just always to keep a positive mindset for myself, for my marriage, for my family, for anything in life, right? And so I feel like that's what really kept me and my husband grounded all year long, just trying to be optimistic and trying to have the best year we could have despite the circumstances. So this video is mostly going to be a life update since the last time you guys heard from me. Since I stopped doing YouTube, life has changed for me in the most drastic ways, and the most beautiful ways, and the most blissful ways. I don't know, I can't put together all the words that I feel, but and overall it just brought me and my family a lot closer. I'm just so blessed, and I can't think of another time in my life where I would be more ready to film YouTube videos. So here I am. I'm putting all my eggs in the basket, hoping that this would be a successful journey for me, and I am super excited to have you guys join me on this journey. I can't wait to see where YouTube takes all of us, because it's not just about me, it's about us. Eyeshadow, I'm just gonna go in with the bronzer that I'm going to be using to contour my face, the exact same brow. So because I'm not gonna contour, I'm just gonna bronze my face today. I'm gonna be using the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I've had this bronzer forever, and it still smells like chocolate since I've had it. So I'm gonna go in with this, and I'm just gonna use it as eyeshadow, and I'm just gonna apply it into my crease. Add a generous amount into my brush, dust the excess off, and just blend back and forth into your eye. To each their own. Some people like to do a lot to their face in the morning, some people don't, and this is mostly for those who don't. So yeah, so I'm just gonna, depending on how I want my eyes to look that day, I would just keep going in with the same shadow until I get the look that I want. In 2020, I got married. We're hoping that in the next couple of years we get to redo our wedding and have, like, you know, a bigger wedding with all our family there and the big shindig that we want. But right now we're happy, we're content with what we have, and we're in a beautiful place with or without the big ceremony. So yeah, that for me has been one of the biggest changes, I guess we'll say, in my life. I graduated since I started my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel I started as a freshman in college, and you guys didn't really get to see me graduate unless you follow me on Instagram. So yay, I graduated last year. I'm gonna go in with my mascara. If you have been watching my channel, you know that I've been wearing this mascara since the very first YouTube video that I filmed. If I've ever done my makeup with you, if we ever talked about makeup, if you ever asked for any recommendations, if anything, you know I will 1000% recommend the Telescopic Carbon Black Mascara. By far the best mascara I've ever used in my entire life. Not even being dramatic. I don't even think I own another mascara. Oh look, it's two of them. I don't know if you guys just watched the most recent movie Soul, but watching that movie has made me realize that I don't think that I'm pursuing my purpose as well as I should be. And so my husband also helped me realize it, my sister, just people in my life who are always like, you could go so far if you know, invested in your passion a lot more than you are. So earlier this year, I was giving my husband's uncle tips on how to take better care of his skin, just as I normally would to anybody that I know. If you have any questions about how to take better care of your skin, or products you should use, or things to stay away from, if you personally ask me those questions, I will give you advice, or just call me. If you know me and have my phone number, just give me a call and I will definitely give you the best advice as I could. But anyways, earlier this year, my husband's uncle was talking about something in regards to his skin, and I was like, no, this is what you should do instead because X, Y, and Z, this is and this. I don't necessarily remember the context too well, but I do remember the situation or the conversation to a certain extent. And his response is what I remember most. He was just like, I bet you're in a field that has nothing to do with this. And this, he was referring to like cosmetology, esthetician. I don't know if I said that right. And he was like, I think you're in the wrong field. I can tell you're a lot more passionate about this. Anyways, I just think I'm not investing in my passion as much as I should be. For a primer, I'm going to go in with two of my favorites. First, it's the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. I really, really like this primer to put all over my face, mostly around my nose area because, you know, pores, all that good stuff. I feel like it keeps it from looking so bumpy. If my pores are looking a little crazy that day, texture of this primer, it's super soft. I also like to go in with the Oils Cove Melody Moisturizer. I like to use this on my mouth area because that is where I tend to be the driest. I have combination skin, so around my T-zone area I do tend to get very oily, so I do like to stay away from like oils in that area because it will cause me to break out like crazy. It keeps my skin from being so dry. Foundation, I'm going to be going in with two. This is super extra. Do not do this. Don't be me. The only reason I'm going in with two is because since COVID, it's been super hard for me to go out and buy foundations. I don't know if you guys are also having the same issues because Ulta's and Sephora's don't let you swatch things. So it's like I gotta eye it and I gotta wing it. I'm like, I'm not the best at eyeing foundations, and maybe concealers I'm a lot better, but foundations I'm always a shade off and I hate that. So this is the one that I typically wear during the summer, and I just got this Colourpop foundation like I want to say 2 weeks ago maybe at Ulta, and I eyed it. I eyeballed. I saw it and I was like, a foundation for $12, Colourpop, cool, let me try it. And so I was like, when I looked at their foundations, I saw that it said no swatches, and I was like, alrighty then, so we're going to try our best. So it ended up being like a shade or two lighter than my complexion, but it's okay. Now I've just been using it to pretty much mix it in with any other foundation because I just feel like I don't have a single foundation that's just my complexion completely. Gonna go ahead and mix those in. I'm gonna just add a pump on the back of my hand, mix that in. So this makeup sponge, I actually got it from e.l.f. and this sponge, I want to say, is just as close as to an actual beauty blender. It's super soft, blends beautifully, and I don't find an issue with this sponge. I really, really like this one. I think I even like it just as much as my actual beauty blender. Concealer, I'm going to go in with my Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and I have it in the shade Light. You don't want to do too much. You want to be able to do this in 5 minutes and keep it pushing. This is obviously taking me more than 5 minutes because I'm chit-chatting with you guys. I like the way that it highlights my face in the most subtle way. It's not too harsh. It's not too bright. It's exactly what you want for your everyday go-to interview or work makeup look, right? And to set it, we're gonna go in with the Makeup Revolution setting powder. Boom! I always love more simple looks than extravagant looks, just because I'm like, I don't know, I feel my baddest then. Like right now, I have no lashes on. I barely finished my contour and all that stuff, and I'm like, ¿tú estás linda? ¿Tú estás linda? ¿Tú estás linda hoy? Like, I think there's one thing that I also want to work on in 2021. I want to compliment myself a lot more. I think I can be very, I am my biggest critic. I don't think anyone can hurt my feelings the way that I hurt my own feelings. And I think I need to work on that. Like, why is it that I see myself in such a negative light compared to the way that people talk about me? Like, I didn't see in me the beauty that they were seeing. And I think that's definitely something I need to work on. I want to love myself a lot more this year. Practicing different things that's going to make me feel a lot more fulfilled within myself. Love me more. Be a better friend to me than people are to me. Like, stop relying on my husband to tell me I'm beautiful for me to feel beautiful, you know, or stop relying on Instagram comments to make me feel like my art is good. Validate it for yourself before Instagram tells you it's good. You know what I mean? So let's wrap this up. I feel like I've been doing my makeup forever, and this is all I've done to my face. So to bronze my face, I'm gonna go back in with the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and just going in with my Morphe E3 brush. This is my favorite brush to bronze my face, just because I feel like it's big, it's fluffy, it gets the necessary places I want it to. I'm gonna go back in to apply mascara on my bottom lashes. I just feel like when you apply mascara to your bottom lashes, it just opens up your eyes. For highlight, I'm gonna go in with my Laura Geller Gilded Honey. As you can see, it is like crumbling in there. The poor thing broke. This highlight was in my travel kit, so it broke. And I still use it. I actually have never bought it. I never thought of getting another one. What an idiot. But I still use it. I still use it as it is. Never care to fix it. I still keep the pieces in there and whatever. But this is like a holy grail. If you don't have it, definitely need it. One of my favorite highlights. For the lips, I actually don't like wearing lipstick. I'm very picky when it comes to makeup. I like to feel comfortable. I don't really like lipstick. I don't like the need to take it off, to eat, to kiss my man, to do whatever. But I did want to talk about this lip gloss, because I like lip glosses more than I like lipsticks. But I don't like lip glosses that make my lips sticky. The ones that make me feel like I have stuff on my lips. Like, it just, 95% of the time I would do this and just put on some chapstick and just keep it pushing and go about my day. But I have this lip gloss that actually has no name or no brand on it, because it was made by my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law owns a online thrift store. She'll sell like a whole bunch of random things like graphic tees, mugs, jewelry, whatever, you name it. She'll sell in her store. And she made me this lip gloss, and I really love this lip gloss. I feel like whenever I have this lip gloss on, I don't really feel like I have anything on my lips. And I also just really like the shine that it gives. It's not sticky at all. I can easily just literally wipe it off with one swipe and it'll come off. If you are interested in purchasing these lip glosses, comment down below so I can persuade her to make more, so she can make me more too. And that is it. That is the completed makeup look. Thank you all so much for watching. I look forward to this beautiful journey in 2021 with you all. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.